the 20th century. What happened to Marilyn Monroe in the final days and hours of her life? Did she really die at her Brentwood home or perhaps while partying in Lake Tahoe? CBS 2's Marilyn Monroe has the new chapter in the decades-old mystery.
50 years after her death.
The Kennedys said that they didn't want to see her anymore. It's very easy for someone to get away with that back in 1962.
For some, the questions remain.
And Marilyn actually overdosed while she was staying here as well.
Did Marilyn Monroe take her own life?
Marilyn Monroe was murdered.
Or did someone take it for her? Now new allegations about Monroe's final hours could rewrite the final scene of her life.
Story of my life. I always get the fuzzy end of the lollipop.
Although she was found dead in the early morning hours of August 5th in her Brentwood home, there are claims she spent her final night alive at Frank Sinatra's Lake Tahoe area lodge and casino, the Calneva.
This is where the rich and elite used to come, and this was their private playground. This is Marilyn Monroe's cabin.
Calneva tour director Hans Wiege showed us Bungalow 3, where Marilyn often stayed. Her trip here 5 days before her death is well documented, but according to Monroe's hairstylist George Masters, he accompanied her there on the night of August 3rd. There she reportedly spent time with Sinatra and mafia boss Sam Giancana, who apparently tried to persuade her one last time not to go public with affairs with JFK and Bobby Kennedy. Masters claims she flew on Frank Sinatra's private jet that morning back to Los Angeles, and it was here at her Brentwood home behind these gates where she was found dead later that night. The coroner ultimately ruled the cause of death as, quote, probable suicide.
She was found without a bra on, and she was known to wear a bra at all times. So that raises a lot of eyebrows on maybe if it wasn't an accident.
After her death, a host of conspiracy theories emerged, but George Masters made the claims in recently released recordings made a month before his death in 1998. He recounted 2 distinct trips to the infamous lakeside lair, complete with underground tunnels between cabins that would allow another visit by Monroe to go virtually undetected.
This type of scenario just sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me.
Jim Margolis is the author of Marilyn Monroe, A Case for Murder. He doesn't buy the fact Marilyn was at the Calneva the night before she died, but he does agree with Masters when it comes to the Kennedys being involved in Monroe's demise.
There was definitely a vast cover-up as it relates to Marilyn Monroe's death.
Bold claims Margolis says 5 years of research and interviews can prove. Monroe was reportedly found by her doctor, nude, face down in her bed, with sleeping pills nearby.
There were enough drugs in her to kill about 3 people, yet there was absolutely nothing in her stomach, and that is pretty much the strongest evidence of murder, is the fact that there should have been undissolved capsules.
Margolis and others have suggested she was intentionally drugged, injected with barbiturates, and that Bobby Kennedy visited her house before she died.
Robert Kennedy was present at her house along with 2 men. The housekeeper, Mrs. Murray, was ordered out of the house along with her son-in-law, who was present.
Margolis further claims that Monroe's longtime psychiatrist, Dr. Ralph Greenson, was under pressure from Bobby Kennedy.
Bobby tricked Greenson into thinking that not only was Marilyn going to reveal the sexual affairs with Jack and Bobby, but Bobby tricked Greenson into thinking that Marilyn was going to go public with Greenson's affair also, which was not true.
Police reports FBI files on Monroe have been lost, destroyed, or blacked out. Her diary was missing from her home. Her publicist later ended up going to work for the Kennedys. For many, the claims are a step closer to the truth. But we may never know if many of her final hours were spent at a Rat Pack hangout or at her Brentwood hacienda. So her death is as riveting a mystery as anything Hollywood has ever created. Serene Branson, CBS 2 News.
50 years after her death, Marilyn Monroe's crypt in Westwood Memorial Park is still the 5th most visited celebrity gravesite in the world.